This is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
Hey guys, it's me Travis with PlayerProps.ai, and this is what we're looking at for Monday Night Football Week 7. We have the Detroit Lions, almost said Tigers there, Detroit Lions versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Houston versus Seattle. Now, what's interesting to note is that, I don't know, this happened last year. Did we have a lot of 2-game Monday Night Footballs? Is this an every week thing now? Like, what am I missing? This is crazy. But yeah, so what we've been doing, we've been on a nice little streak here. We've been profitable every single week for quite some time. I just finished recording the Sunday Night Football one 2 seconds ago. We already did the Thursday Night Football one that already happened last night, because I'm recording this on Friday. We hit on that, so that hit as well. All you have to do is do exactly what I'm telling you to do, and you will be profitable. But make sure you're doing the free stuff. Do you care enough about winning to do all the free stuff? If you haven't done all the free stuff, you don't care enough about winning. Oh, but Travis, I don't use Discord. You don't care enough about winning. It's a free account. Create a free Discord. Get in our Discord. It's free. Both those things are free. Or don't bet. You either care about betting or care about winning enough to do the free stuff, or you don't care enough. If you don't care enough about winning, stop betting. Stop losing money. You look ridiculous, and it's not good for your mental health or financial well-being. So let's see, we have both these games collectively. The first thing that pops up here is Houston has a stout pass defense, 28th this season. Oh, let me fix my mouse here. 28th this season, 30th in the last 3 games. So we're probably not targeting a Seattle receiver. I just realized I had under highlighted, so okay, over here. Regardless, probably not targeting Seattle receiving yard stuff. Going down to the opposing side, I'm looking for green, which is what we see here. Looks like Seattle's defense is Swiss cheese, similar to last night's Pittsburgh performance that cost us $18.7 million. And I will hate the Steelers for the foreseeable future. They've knocked us out of our $18.7 million survivor, and I hate them. But Seattle is 6th most in allowing the most total pass yards allowed, 5th in the last 3 games, and then see right underneath here as well. Tampa Bay also allowing a lot of pass yards, 10th in this season, 7th in the last 3. So my hunch is, before you even look at anything else on the screen, starting with looking at the reds and the greens, that we're either going to be looking at a Houston receiving prop or a Detroit Lions, Bears oh my. Detroit Lions receiving prop. It's pretty weird that they have Lions and Tigers as the, like, is there a very popular Detroit zoo? Like, how did this come to be? How did you get lions and tigers? Where did that come from? Somebody from Michigan, let me know in the comments. How did this happen? But let's look. I don't like targeting running back receiving stuff, so regardless of the red, we don't look at baby lines. Baby lines, to me, there's a reason that we came up with the trifecta system. Trifectas require rushing yards and receiving yards to be 40, the line to be 40 or higher. Anything less than that is what I call a baby line. This baby line, this baby line. Okay, Travis, what does a baby line mean besides the value? I bet on players who get opportunity. If they have a line that is 8.5, Kenneth Walker is not getting opportunity. He's not getting targets or even check down passes if his line is at 8.5. If he was getting opportunity, his line would be higher. A.J. Barner not getting enough opportunity. You're simply betting on these people to get looks from the quarterback. I don't want to bet on them to get looks. I want to bet on what they do with the looks that they're guaranteed to get. That's why we focused on Jamar Chase last night. Jamar Chase crushed his line. Every single person that listened to me on Thursday night videos got a lot of money because they listened, because we know how to target certain props. Everything I say is for a reason. I'm not just talking out of my butt. This app works. How I teach you how to use it works. We've won an insane amount of money already this NFL season just from the YouTube videos that I drop for you people. There's a method to the madness. Baby line, baby line, baby line. The first non-baby line is Sam Laporta, who I just picked up in one of my biggest fantasy leagues. And you'd be like, how is Sam Laporta available in your fantasy league? It's called a guillotine league. this is the craziest thing I've ever been a part of. If you don't know what that means, it means every week, the record doesn't matter. Your total points over the season doesn't matter. Every week, whatever roster it started with like 16. I don't even know how many rosters. Every week, whoever has the lowest total score gets kicked out of the league, and their entire roster goes back into free agency, and you have like free agency budget to bid on it. So the person that got kicked, that had the lowest score last week, had Sam Laporta, and I was able to scoop him up for like $65. I think you start with $1,000 in free agency cash, fake money, of course, but that's why I have him on my team. If you haven't played one of those leagues yet, I think next year for the PlayerProps.ai community, I think I'm going to do a lot of those kind of leagues. I feel like they're very interesting. Like any given week, your team can suck and you can be kicked out. And in the biggest guillotine league in the industry, I'm still safe, and I'm trying to like savor my money, but also build the best roster possible. And so there wasn't really anybody that was crazy important to my roster except for upgrading my tight end, which I did with Sam Laporta. That doesn't help you with Monday Night Football, but just for future reference, look into guillotine leagues. Guillotine, like the thing that chops off your head in old school medieval times. But no, this is interesting here. I believe we have to check real quick if Detroit or Tampa Bay is the underdog. I don't know the odds on this right now, but through 16 games, the AI is 75% accurate on predicting whether he's going to go over or under. That's nice. The 5 yards is not a lot of cushion. It's only a 10% difference. But I think for tight ends, 10 is kind of nice. Let me look at the team tool for this game. Who's projected to win? Oh, I still have all from the last show. Hold on. So Detroit is a massive favorite, minus 250, which if you don't know what that means, it means the sportsbooks say they have a 71.43 implied chance. The AI is like, hold your horses. Detroit actually only has a 57% chance to win this game. That doesn't mean that we're betting on Detroit money line. You never, ever, ever, ever bet on either team's money line if this outline of this box is red and this number is a negative. Never, ever. How do you know never, ever? Because there's a button up here that teaches you what to do with this tool. How to use Moneyline Predictor. Tap on it if you haven't yet. So what this tells us is that this game is going to be very close. How close? Let's look at the total predictor. It doesn't seem like it's going to be super high scoring. Well, super high scoring, not super high scoring, but 52.5 is the line. It says the line's it's going to finish a little bit under that, but this is what I'm looking for. It seems like Detroit's going to have a little bit less points than what's projected, or what the sportsbooks are implying, and Tampa Bay is going to have a fraction higher. We're not going to touch this, but I just like to know. So what you can determine, and I've taught you this in the videos, in the shows that I've done, but if you haven't put these together yet, when you see, okay, the projection for Tampa, 24, the projection for Detroit Lions is 27. So what does that mean? It means that if the AI created the spread would be Detroit -3. The spread right now is Detroit -6. And so that's how to determine, okay, how, if you didn't have a spread from the sports books, what would be the projected spread? The projected spread is Detroit -3. So they're saying it's going to be a whole lot closer. It's going to come down to a last-second field goal probably. But the reason we look at all these things is to know, okay, it's going to be, the total is going to be about 50 or higher, or 50-ish, which is what the projection is. It looks like he had a great first game of the season, and then it was poop, getting better. And then the last 2 games, 92 and 55. He's getting the looks. Tampa Bay's been allowing a lot of passing yards. If Tampa Bay actually is in the lead, they're going to be passing more, but I feel like both these teams are going to be passing a lot. Let's go to the comparison. See if we can find the best line possible for good old Sammy boy. Monday. Receiving yards, yeah. All right. So we even have a better line on Fanatics and Bet Rivers Sportsbook. The best line is 45.5, and Bet Rivers is paying out a higher profit amount, which is why this is highlighted green at -118. So if you have access to all these options, bet is what you want to look at. So we just looked at 46.5. ESPN has 47.5. These two books have 49.5, but you can get them all the way down to 45.5. So that, ladies and gentlemen, becomes the official number of our Monday Night Football play. Just do what I tell you to do in the show, and you will stop bleeding money. Sports betting is not rocket science. I know there's a lot of numbers on this app. There's a lot of things you have to consider, but we teach you how to read everything. Not only do we teach you, but the app teaches you itself. All you gotta do is go to the top. Every single tool has a button. If you have not gone through all tools, just go through. There's player tools, there's team tools, there's comparison tools, there's trends tools. Go to all of these tools, and each one has their own special sexy button up top. Teach you how to use it. Do not be like, oh, I think I understand this. Do not assume. Make sure. Click the button. Good luck, Monday Night Football. Let's keep this win streak going, profit streak going, and we'll see you guys in the Discord, which if you're not in the Discord, you are not going to have a great week. The only people that have successful are the ones that care enough about winning to do the free stuff. I ended the last show on this tangent, and I'll repeat this tangent for everybody that did not watch the Sunday Night Football show. The only way that you can have the success you want is by doing what the people who are successful are doing. They are caring enough about winning to do the free things. So if you're watching this for the very first time, watching one of my episodes, and you've never seen anything before, let me recap what you have to do, not what you should do, what you have to do to have the level of success that you want with sports betting. Here are the things that cost you $0, and if you don't do them, you don't care enough about winning. It's that simple. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn notifications on. It wins at such a high rate that just the YouTube channel alone will easily make you as profitable as you want to be, but you still should do some other things on top of subscribing to this YouTube channel. Download the free version of the app. Go to your app store, search PlayerProps.ai, download the app. Create a free account on the free app you just downloaded, and then get into the free Discord that costs you $0. Once you tap the Discord logo, which is on the app here, you see it's in the top left, little Discord logo, that gets you into the server. Once you get into the Discord server, you have to go back to PlayerProps.ai and then click the profile icon. There's gonna be a big blue button staring you smack dab in the middle of the face. Guess what that button says? It says Connect Discord on it. Guess what happens when you click that button? It'll connect your PlayerProps.ai account to your Discord account, and that is what unlocks all the free channels. The amount of people that click this button but never go back and click this button to click the Connect Discord button blows my mind. I say the same thing on every video, so that means you are cherry picking on what I say, and you're not listening to all the words coming out of my mouth, which means you are not gonna be a successful bettor. It is that simple. Care enough about winning, or don't bet at all. Only two options you have. Otherwise, you're intentionally losing your money, which is ridiculous. I hope you start to realize how ridiculous you are in willingly losing your money and willingly pay for the sportsbook's yachts and vacations and mansions, which is all you've been doing up until this point because you haven't been caring enough about winning to do the free things. So guess what you're doing? Week 7. You're doing all the free stuff. You're showing yourself, your family, and everybody who loves you that you care enough about winning to make the effort to do the free stuff. Good luck, guys, and we'll see you in the Discord.